Face space. I found a guy who was selling 40 CDs for $80. Then he made it $40. And then, yeah, you got the Traveling Wilburys, Traffic, Talking Heads, Nora Jones, Stevie Ray Vaughan. This one's got that. I've never been, oh no, it has been open. Miscellaneous. Bunch of good jazz. Some I don't have. Obviously, I got that one. I don't have 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 that one. Tower Power I don't have. I have that one. Continuum, Let It Bleed, a classic because it has good songs on it, but not the one I was thinking. Brian Ferry, these are hard to get. That's a new one. Then a whole bunch of Neil Young. Some with the Crazy Horses. I don't remember. I know this one. I don't know that one. Don't know that one. I know that one. This one looks like a custom one. And then a brand new, digitally remastered Deja Vu, which is a great album. So yeah, I was happy. So it was kind of funny. I asked the guy, like, why are you selling these? And I also said, I don't know why I'm buying them. And he's like, I don't know, but I got a limited space. He buys so many that he purges. So I'm like, buy a new rack. Because he said he had 300. And I had 300 a while ago. A little, maybe 3,000 or so. Who can count?
A lunar eclipse tomorrow night?
Anyhow, I was gonna lay some more block, but it's supposed to get down to 29 degrees tonight. So we're not gonna do that. So we're gonna go do some other things. The lights are starting to come back. They're not covered by snow. They were a week ago. I'm gonna try and do some cement work or mortar work today. It's the 60s. It was 29 degrees yesterday, or really damn cold, so it's below freezing. But it's going to be fine the next couple days, though it may rain on Friday. Meantime, I decided to prototype me some stairs. So at least I can get up and down without killing myself. I have full-length ones. They're just need to be cut, and they're over there. So I have the materials long-term. I'll take this rock and add to the rock collection over here. You pick one up, deposit it. So, gotta wait for the wife to call and then make dinner. And then I can come out and play. Yeah, you can definitely tell a little curvature here. So I got I got cement. So a normal person goes buy a load of cement and throw it in the back of their truck. But I've been driving my car all week and I didn't want to get cement all over it. So there I am at Lowe's. And I see these bagged, like grocery bags. So these guys. So they're spilt bags of concrete. One's a 50-pound bag that's about 40 pounds left. Another one's a 80-pound bag with about 30 pounds left. So the cool thing is they're actually stitched together like a cloth bag, like if you're buying grain. And they're pretty heavy-duty paper, so I was able to roll them up and put them in my car. And I only paid $3 for the 2-in-1 for them, and I didn't get concrete all over. So I have the equivalency of a 50-pound bag without the mess. So that's a win. Plus, I think I can do one of the big, the 50-pound bag with 40 in it, and then come back and do the other one, so I can do it in stages. So yeah, that's the goal. I think I'm gonna move these hopefully by the end of this week next time. So if I can move those over to here, that would be a win. So I should be able to, by the end of the week, and get that in there and let it dry a little bit. So I think I'm going to put my white pretty block down, and then put plywood down so that I can slide that in. Also, I kind of want to get a fitment. I want to lay it out because I think I want the grill right there. And then I think countertop, so that, I mean, I'm grilling and I got a grill counter. Then I think I may want to countertop all the way there and put the stove over here. So I've got, you know, counter, sink with some counter. I haven't quite figured out the flow yet. And then the pellet one is going to go at the end for now. And the table, I don't know where I'm going to put the table. Maybe over here for now. But yeah, I want to work the flow out. Now, as far as gas, that's the next thing to run in the basement is gas lines. I got some flexible gas lines. So I'm going to need gas, no gas. And well, those two in the end, I think when we're done, we'll get rid of them, or temporarily we'll put them back where they used to be over there. Just gonna get them out of the way. The grill, I'm vacillating on losing the LP grill and just going to a grill insert, because basically it's just a shit ton of flame on top of a flat surface. In fact, I can even take the top off of that one. It comes off and put it on top of the grill there. So going back and forth. I do need to order the air shutter so I can get this up and running. That grill is natural gas converted. The stove isn't, but because natural gas is less dense than liquid propane, meaning when you're shooting out the gas, you need more of natural gas. I'm just gonna drill the orifice. I've already figured out what size because the conversion kit requires a number 5. Although I might already have it because it came with a box, or one of those came with a box. I don't know. But I know what size drill bit I need. I can just drill the orifices out. There's only 4. I could do 1, test it, and then go on from there. So getting the stove with the burners. That's the other thing is I can do a griddle top right on top of the stove. And this will cook things. It's like 50,000 BTU of cooking power there. So, and it'd be more adjustable probably than that because I'd have 4 burners versus 2. So I don't think we need that. If I ever wanted a dedicated one, I could just put it along the outside. So my L shapes here, I can put along the outside there. So that's my thinking now. First week of April, gonna go down to Southern Ohio, see if we can get our posts. So I want to build a pavilion here. This is made out of barnwood because I need posts and then pieces going across. Not sure what those are called. And then another one going across, and then a couple angles for the roof. Nice 90-degree 45 pitch. And then depending on what wood I can salvage, or I might be able to use the old undersheathing here, which is boards similar to that, but they're made out of pine, and just lay the decking on there, slap some really good waterproofing on there, and then if I'm lucky, recycle some of the rusty old tin. So as long as it doesn't have holes in it, I like the patina. And just, you know, I don't need a lot here. So it's going to be 4 sheets pretty much, because if, well, 4 times 3, yeah, 12 feet. Although this may be 14 feet. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do there. Also, the cool thing is I saw Barber Builders, they built such a big pavilion. They just used granite blocks. They just took some big, that's sandstone, but granite blocks and plopped them on the ground. That was their, for settling the post. And I'm thinking, there you go. It's going to be heavy. Doesn't matter if it moves a little bit. I do want to do old-fashioned joints where you just pound in pegs. Maybe I won't. Depends on, you know, the mood I'm feeling in that day. So the plan's coming together, and that hanging around more for the day really goes a long way. What the? Oh, and I figured out my drain. Oh, and I need to double check this. I may not need this distance. I may be able to scooch that in, which would be hilarious because then I'll just push that back in. Yeah, I think I've pretty much figured out what I want to do with the drain. And I think what I'm going to do is just put a vertical in and then a 90 and out of 3-inch PVC. And then just have it sit out a foot or so and eventually tie it in back here. So probably thinking just popping a hole right through this block here. So it would come down, right angle, and then out. I got to establish where my drain is because I can't go up. So actually it's more likely through here. and then out, and then slope it down a little bit. 3 inch is not going to be a problem for a sink, which really is 1.5 inches. So I got plenty there. Maybe I'll use 2. I don't need that much, and I can always snake it if necessary from either end. There will be a drain on that, so there'll be the fitting in here coming up with a riser, and then the drain. The drain will be draining kind of this area here, coming off of there. So again, I haven't quite figured this out yet, but we're all done. There's going to be rubber. I've got the rubber roofing stuff from there. I'm just going to make like a trough and then put like rocks in there, and just going to be like a French drain into the drain. So the reality is it needs to come out and go around, but you get the idea. It's all going to go through here. And then because I'm going vertical, I'll just make sure that I leave a little space here in the block, or make sure that the block, I can pull it out. I'll just lay it in there, not mortared in. So that's my plan. And we'll get this done. Each one of our CT bays has an air conditioning unit. So the air handler's here, so this has the coil. So the coil comes out of there, comes through here, goes into that room, comes out there, comes back into here, goes through here and comes into there. This thing stopped working 6 months ago. So they brought in this air conditioner here, and it's supposed to pipe the cold air into there, or the warm air into there. It's cold, warm. Then they put this cardboard on here, but because it's a circular and there's no exhaust, they put this cardboard up here. It fell off instantly. Then he put better tape on there. The tape worked so good, it pulled the freaking paint off the wall. And yet, there's no place for the heat to go because it's a closed system. This is maybe where it could come out. But it's blowing so much that it just pulls this off. So I don't understand why it's so complicated. Hot air has to go someplace. And this is sealed off because this is creating a lot of noise, because actually it goes this way. So all the cold air would come through here, making all the noise, and right down to the operator. Well, this area is air conditioning. That's where the heat is. So I had them seal it off because people are complaining when it was loud, it would make a lot of noise. I don't know why they did this at all. Whatever. We've been waiting for parts since October for this. And then the parts came in. Now they say there's a part on the roof that needs to be fixed. I don't know. It's a complicated world. Yeah, I didn't do any concrete work. By the time she got home, which was 7:15, by the time we ate, 7:30, by the time we were done, it was 8 o'clock. And there was no sun, and I was not motivated. So she's getting dinner tonight, and we're all set up here. So I put this other string on here. It's 34 across. I did determine 34 is the critical dimension. We'll get to that in a moment. And that's what I'm gonna pour. So I got that brick in there to space it out and keep it. So I'm gonna fill that up with cement, and then put the rock on the other side, and then fill the rest in, and end up somewhere around here. I think it's really just that area that really needs it the most. It's going out about 5 feet. Made some templates of my grill, which I'm planning just to roll in. If it sticks out a little bit, that's okay, right? That's the critical dimension. Then the stove has an issue that the gas line sticks out 3 inches. Now, I could probably fixate that, but I made this piece the exact dimension. It was 33 inches. Give myself 3 inches for the gas to come out. And it's right there. So basically, if I don't put block behind it, and then I put the wall, which will be, you know, that stuff, and I'll have to space it so it's a big piece that covers the 24 inches across, it'll work fine. I'm not sure where I want to put it. Like, I'm thinking maybe I want it over here. I don't know. I gotta measure all this out, but I do know that I need this. I'm gonna continue on with here. Before I get too fancy, I will square this up. I'm not gonna put any block in today. We're just gonna get this concrete in here. It's supposed to rain Saturday. Hey, so that's great. But at least I wanted to get like a situation. That's why I put the stairs there, just the feel things. And I wish this wasn't here. Like when I come down, where am I gonna put stuff? you know, well, I'm gonna have to walk over here right now or put it over here. I gotta figure out my feng shui first, but yeah, and I'll put some bricks down, make it look fancy. So that's serious. Then I realized that I have the step for that. It's over here. It just weighs about 200 pounds. I don't want to move it. It's time to do prescribed burn. So I've learned from previous years. One, don't do this while your wife's walking up and she's like, what are you doing? And you're talking over there and the fire takes off and then burns the, melts the thing there. So we got this little shield here. I got the water on full. We got the dog barking. She's good. So we're gonna light our fire. So yeah, this is when we get the hose, because it takes off very quickly. Our fire doubles in every 20 seconds. It's in sections, so I'm wetting the house, and then I did that one. So now I'm gonna try this one when I end somewhere on there, and we're gonna try not melting the light. So we have that. Okay, well that's what we ended up doing. There's about 4 inches there, and then an inch up here. De-enhance. Then had a bunch left, even though it was like 40-pound bag. So I just kind of dumped it right there because I didn't know what else to do with it. I also dumped a little bit in that hole right there. Hole, enhance. So yeah, just a little bit. Just, you know, just kind of couplate it. So 34 here. I can put the stove anywhere. It's just gonna have to be back a little bit. I'm pretty sure I can get that hose in closer. So I don't know if I noted that, but the gas fixture sits out a lot farther. When I measured this, had the cover on, and that sits out about 3 inches. I think I'd shorten that pipe. Maybe even get it to go up this way. Put some extra tape and then pipe down, so it's just the thickness of the pipe. So I'm going like 1 inch. We'll work on that. So just the hose is in there. So, yep, that's it. That's tonight. Time to eat. Well, we already ate. It was pie day at work, so I might have had half a pie twice, so that's half a pie. Just twice. 3 a.m. The moon was over there earlier, but it's a little hard to find, but there it is. We got ourselves an eclipse moon. Okay, there it is. He's almost gone. Not as dramatic as last year's eclipse. What is that? Is that a rainbow Cybertruck? It's even uglier than I thought. It's a chrome wrap. Oh, that's fucking different. It is a working sink. It's an old farmhouse sink. I got lots of bad windows. Odd place to put it. 3 times this afternoon or evening. So we then got rid of the A-frame here and kind of sliced the railings off that and put that over there. Jo says she has a friend that likes to burn wood, so hopefully I get them and come do all that. I gotta take the slide off. I'll donate the slide. All this stuff, these brackets are all rusty. I was thinking I'd donate them if this was a kit, but nah, I have instructions somewhere. So I guess I'm not quite ready to do that. That's at least water sheds off that. Underneath there's tar paper, so even if the water gets out there, it comes off. But just kind of clean this up. I want to get rid of this by the end of this year, hopefully, or find a new home for it. Maybe just stack it over there. I kind of wish I'd done that. Well, this is the open area at the time when I did that. That's getting donated. Come on, puppy dog. Gonna have to downsize these too. I hate these plastic. Kid brought her Honda Fit to replace that, and I kept dropping things in a plastic shield on her car. And in fact, I still don't know where the one bolt is. That now that I have the car in the air. So I moved my car out, Joe's car out, moved this. This was fun. So I hooked up the battery, figured out how to get it neutral, kept pushing and pulling, thinking like maybe I'll pull with the truck. And then I realized the parking brake's on. It's not set there, it's on the floor like an old-fashioned car. So once I released the parking brake, that worked well. Then the car came rolling. Sophie's car was over here. So of course my body and the mirror went. So fortunately the mirror has like a snap around thing. I was very cognizant. I had a plan on here, but I just wasn't planning my body to be there. So now we got up in the air. Now we're, oh, by the way, there's a hose up there I disconnected. Apparently it was cooling because I got coolant everywhere. Well, I cleaned up most of it with the squeegee. That's why it looks all wet in here. So yeah, there's even more here. That's great. So now I'm trying to remove this cover, and they kindly made it really sturdy. It goes into the sides here too. So I'm probably going to remove the wheel to get to the little, it's one of those plastic clips where you pull out the centerpiece. Well, I'm going to try and get in there, but it'd be really easy without that wheel in there. The alternator's up there. It's only got 2 bolts holding it on. I removed, well, I didn't remove, maybe I did. Maybe that's what I dropped. No, I loosened it, the top one. But then it's got at least one hard to get off connector and then one power output. It's an 80 amp. I only know that because that's what the website said. So on the crate, which is going away in 3 weeks to be permanently gone, I realized if I flip it vertical, it'd be a lot easier to work around. So that's the thing. So I put a roller on there so I could just pick up one end and roll it, and then I realized, well, then I could just verticalize it. But anywho, rainy day, very rainy day. It was rainy yesterday. Oh, I did not mortar bricks because I knew the rain was coming, and this is like half the rain. Look good, it's flooding over there. Maybe someday I'll put a drain in there. Oh yeah, she flooded. So yeah, it rained a little bit. I laid all the bricks out just to get an idea, like, what's this gonna look like, and do I have enough blocks? So apparently I don't have enough blocks, so I'm gonna need some more for the infill. My neighbor has some. I haven't measured them. I don't know if they're the same size, but these are only like $3 a piece, but I definitely need more blocks. And I think I need to go drag the pump and put the pump in. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll do that first. Oh, and I moved some shovel loads. I'm trying to get the grass down, or down to the grass level, which I'm pretty successful on over there. I think I tore this up, and there is no grass. But it looks nicer without the pallet. But, yep, well, back to this after we plug the pump in. Got the plastic cover off. It's hanging on down there. I just basically removed all the pieces here after taking the wheel off and just kind of folded it over. Still can't get to anything because there's a water pump and the air conditioning's down there. So after thinking about it, there's no idler on here. Or normally there's a spring-loaded pulley that tightens the belt. It's this little guy. And I don't remember if I tightened that properly. So I'm going to assume that this is a Japanese alternator, which it is. It should be good. So I tightened that some more. So you loosen the bolt. Can't see shit. You loosen the bolt down there that holds the alternator, and then you tighten this bolt, and then you retighten that. So I gave it a few revolutions and tightened it up. There's probably a special tool to analyze how tight the belt is, but I can still move it about 2 millimeters by hand on this very short section right down there, right in the center of the screen. Anyhow, so we're gonna raise it up, put that stupid cover back on, do an inspection, maybe find the bolt that I dropped for this. I have the other one, so this is just so I can like move the AC line a little bit out of the way, because when you tighten this bolt, this thing's completely in the way because you're trying to wrench. And you can't get to a regular socket, at least ratchet. At least I don't think I could have. So I was using a wrench, and these cool Milwaukee's have a neat feature where you can put the bolt on it, then there's a wrench, and then you can turn it into a wrench socket. So we'd use this, which worked well on tightening the bolt, but I dropped the end, and it's someplace down there, so I'm gonna raise the car up anyway. Other than needing to add some cooling because I lost some, basically what happened was I'd taken off this guy to get better access, and there's water that goes through there, and I forgot to put it back on when I moved the car, so it spilled coolant everywhere. I got European, I got GM, I don't have that, so we'll get that later. While I was diagnosing why this wouldn't move, and that was because I had to hook up the battery, which drains if you leave it plugged in, but the parking brake was on. I was in here and I could hear a buzzing sound, and so, yeah, there's a piece right there that was buzzing. You can see it's now removed. Took off the air cleaner stuff. Took off the that's the intake manifold. So I got it over here. Did this for two reasons. One, I don't know why it's buzzing. Two, and I think it was this piece that was buzzing. I'd read that this could cause some of the air codes that I'm getting that preventing me from driving. And so they said to make sure these holes here were clean. Now these look to be clean. We have to clean the gasket off. But what I didn't expect when I took that piece off is all that gunk at the bottom. So we're gonna spray clean this out. That's why I took this off, is I don't want this to get under. But you can even see in the bottom it's got a lot of gunk. And that can't be good for all that. Coolant also goes through this too, and I don't know why, but it does. So anyhow, the contacts look fine on this. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this out with whatever I'm gonna brake clean. I'm not sure. It's gonna be messy. Volt now. If you remember, I've been having an evaporative air issue, and I was crawled underneath here and I was looking at this, and it was all covered with salt. It's a little cleaner now. I debated washing before I got up here, but it must be where they put the hitch in. That's creative. So anyhow, we got all sorts of stuff up here. So there's this, which I think is the gas tank vent. So when you go to put gas in the car, it opens this vent up. That's the gas tank. Then this whole thing is evaporative stuff, and that goes to the gas vent, I think. I don't know. I broke one of these connectors. So basically, I gotta take this apart, put my smoke machine on there and see where the smoke's coming out, if at all. But at least now I think I can get to this easily. I should have put a little juice on that. I think I'm gonna do that first. And, but you could, man, there's so much room up here. Like, there's, the batteries are up there. Sorry. And this is, again, the gas tank. Actually, the battery's underneath here. It's a T-shape, so it comes over here and over to here. That's the battery pack. It's just gas thing. Okay, so we'll lube that up and we'll spray some converter on that. While around the car here, backing it or driving it in, I managed to run right over the bag of cement. So we're gonna use that fancy big paper bag that I got from the open bags and put that back together before we move things out. I wonder what I did with that. I got it out, I washed it off. So this is kind of how it sits in the underneath the car. So what do we got here? This, I think, is for the gas tank vent, which goes over to here. And it looks like this has got a bunch of wires on there. And then this one just has open and close, because it's only got 2 wires, I think. And it looks like there's an inlet to let air in, this kind of weird thing. And then there's 2 going back to the engine. I think this is air in and air out. I'm not quite sure. Those definitely blow one and the other one comes out. I don't know what this, this goes to this. It's all very... The goal of this is to allow the gas tank vapors to get into here and then be purged and sucked in the intake on a periodic basis. So that's that valve in the engine bay that opens one of these up. So I think this goes to the gas tank. So when the gas expands and contracts, the vapors go in here and they get burnt. So this is the charcoal canister. Now there's a bunch of sensors there. We think that this is fine. That's a Bosch. And if I remember, we diagnosed it having the right numbers. I can check this. I can put power on it, see if it opens and closes. There's way too many wires here to figure this one out. So the basic first thing I'm gonna do is smoke test it. So I'm gonna add smoke to one of these and see if anything comes out. I'm also gonna do the same thing underneath here, because the air is evaporative leak, not something not opening. It's an Ohio car, so we got rusted JSs. These are a pain in the ass. They'll go on easy, but they didn't come off easy. I got all the wiring out. So this again goes over here, and I think this is the vent. And then This, you can kind of see goes, looks like it definitely goes to the gas tank, this big one. Then this one goes to the front of the car. So we'll probably smoke this one first. So what do I mean by smoke? So you buy me some Camels? No. That might not be a bad idea. I got the smoke machine, so it vaporizes baby oil. So we'll hook this up, which is why somewhere around here should be the 12-volt power supply, because it's hard to get power from this, because I don't even know where the battery's going. So we got smoke. Yeah, you can smell the baby oil. So that's the heater, and then the other one's just, it's got a pump in there for the air. Got her jammed in here. Definitely not coming back out. I can tell because it's building up pressure. You can stick it in there. I don't see any smoke coming out of there. Just see smoke coming out of the fixture because it doesn't fit there properly. That's great. I guess we could try this one next. Then we'll go try the unit itself. That only goes over to there, so it's all coming out of there. So obviously leaks there. So by the fact this held pressure, I think it's fine, at least all the way up to the front of the engine. So this is where I don't understand, because I don't think there's any leaks. And I'd kind of expect like a big hole or something not plugged in to be a leak. These are all plastic and they're only 13, 12 years old. Okay, so you got leakage coming out there. Interesting. Maybe that's where it is. Oh, that's, I think, where it's supposed to come out. Smoke going pretty good now. I did see smoke coming out of this, right where the connector is. So this might actually be bad. So we're gonna try this again. I don't think it's supposed to do that. So we're gonna Google on this, but that doesn't seem right. Third time. Okay, the machine is going. If we put this in there, air comes out of the hole like it should, but watch what happens here. See, it's coming out the hole here. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm gonna Google on this. I think this is my problem. Oh, Jesus, this stuff's horrible. Oh. Ugh. I think I got all the numbers on this thing. I'm going to put it back together because unless I can get one today, maybe I'll check on that. It says 12 volts, which I'd expect, but I don't know which pins. But clearly, I don't think it should be leaking out of the connector like that. It doesn't seem right. So I think we might have found a problem, which is good because so far I hadn't found a problem yet other than rust and get back together. So a quick Google search, I can get it for $100 locally, maybe today or tomorrow, or I can buy it on Amazon, a Bosch, which this is probably is, which I would trust, on for $52 on Amazon. So we'll replace this via Amazon. I got to go put all that back together and figure out what I'm going to do about this broken bolt stud. This is supposed to look like that, so I think I need to weld a nut on there or something. I don't know. That'd be good because I'm really great at welding. No, I'm not. Maybe JB weld. So I found the battery. It's underneath the tray and disconnected it because I'm going to be welding. And then I closed the door because I got to laze it up, and now it's electric, and I don't know what I'm going to have to do to get back in there because the battery's disconnected. I think I'm going to have to jump it from the front to get power as if the battery's dead because it's disconnected and redo it. Meanwhile, let's go weld that bolt back on with the Bulldog. Down here in a week or so, pulled this apart, but I welded that bolt in there. I think it went to the sheet now. I got to check the other side, make sure it didn't burn something. I saw a little smoke. Everything's connected for now. have to lower the car and then figure out how to get in the trunk. Again, I think I can pop the hood and then apply my battery charger, get powered open that, then reconnect the battery. Like I said, I didn't expect that. So much easier when it's underneath the hood. Jump it, you put your positive here, or positive here on the 80 volt, and then your negative there, which we did. For some reason, I thought it'd be underneath there. It was actually fairly easy to locate once I did a Google search or two. And then I was able to pop the trunk and put the battery connector back together. Throw that over here. We didn't need this. This goes, I have to figure this out. Is underneath here in that location, and then it's a vertical bolt, so it comes right off, and then this comes off. Nice little tray. Been meaning to put this away for quite a while, but once you know where it is, it's not hard to get. Of course, it's just that doesn't open up without electricity. Go to the hospital, so she asked me to come over and let her puppy out. This is Suri. Suri's a big girl, aren't you? Hey, come on. Come on. You want out? Gotta figure out how to do this without losing the doggy. She's a big girl.